All right.
Well, we've had breakfast. It was actually a pretty good breakfast.
I've applied sunscreen to my farmer tan. My arm out the window.
Like that is bad.
It's all good.
We're gonna take preventative measures today not to reburn, hopefully.
We're all good.
Yeah.
We might have to top the AC a wee bit. It was working pretty good, but
yeah, we're definitely using it today. It's supposed to go up to like 30 Celsius or something, which is high 80s, I believe, or 80s anyway.
it's warm.
It's warm.
Compared to the 10 or whatever we have at home.
Yeah. No, there's a snowstorm coming today.
Oh.
We're missing that.
We're doing good there. This thing, oh, that's probably what I did. Remember we were smelling it?
Yes, we were.
That's probably what I did when I pulled it out.
Okay.
But we're gonna go with, should be good. We'll
Don't
fire
need
it
to
up
top
and we'll check it. We gotta hit target, cause
sunscreen.
oh yeah, and something else, but
I got a short list.
yeah. So anyways, well, I guess let's find that. Then I'll check the transmission fluid quick when I'm there.
Okay.
And
then Texas, here we come.
We'll hit the road, yeah. I'd like to find an actual car wash today.
Yeah, we still have not washed the car. It is so dirty.
It's not bad.
It's pretty dirty. We're going to wash it today.
Alrighty. Oh, I'm going to throw this rag back under there. Alrighty, let's boogie.
Okay.
Alrighty, folks. Hopefully, with everything going on, you can hear us. Or me, anyways. But we had a feller, Tommy, from Instagram hit us up, says that we're coming right through his town, that we should pop in and check out what he's working on. So I'm all down for checking out stuff, checking out people's projects. So we're gonna go for a little tour, stop by, and see what he's got going on. All right, well, we were toured around. Tommy here told us to stop by. We kind of creeped him out on Instagram. He's had a lot of cool stuff, so we're gonna do a little tour of his what he's got going on.
Yeah. This is the first car I ever put together. My grandpa helped me build the frame and stuff. It's all 2x4 box steel. It's just a small block of 289, just regular kind of. It's basically a 60-something Mustang kind of underpinnings.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then I found it's really hard to register like kit cars and stuff in Utah where I'm from.
Gotcha.
And so this was supposed to be a kit car while I was doing it. And then all the fiberglass body things, and you have,
Holy, that wind.
you're getting the full Oklahoma experience.
No kidding. It is windy out here.
Yeah. It's usually not that bad. Everybody says the wind is so bad. And then sometimes it's really bad and everybody's like, oh, that's the wind. And I'm like, I get it, yeah.
This is wild.
But yeah,
that's some small seats.
It's hard to register fiberglass stuff. And so the idea was my brother's like, you just find a crappy old Model A body or something, and then all of a sudden it's a 30-something Model A.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And so it's basically just the same chassis, and I found this in some guy's field. It's like a 28-ish bed. It's not the right bed. The seats, I had a bench seat that I had tried and tried and tried to make fit, and there's just no way. So these are out of like a 60-something speedboat.
That's wild. I'm used to like,
They do look like
I channel the beans out of everything. So
yeah, you get little storage cubbies underneath it for random toolbox and, you know, a quart of oil because it's gonna leak oil or whatever. So that's a nice benefit to that. But yeah, it's the first thing I ever actually put together like this.
That's cool.
If I had it to do over, I would do it differently. So every time
that's how it
do
always
something,
works.
yeah, it's just kind of
like I was explaining there. I would have did the floors and everything different on that
right.
one.
Yeah, and I didn't have any metal working stuff, so I made most of the floor out of metal. It's just all angle iron, and then I made it out of wood.
Yeah, yeah.
And I found some like reclaimed wood at a whatever place when we were working in California, and just ended up. I had more woodworking stuff than metalworking stuff at the time. But the floor is all modular, so it pops out in big panels and stuff.
Okay,
so
yeah.
When I inevitably have to rip it apart, it should be a little bit easier. This is it's a 58 Edsel. I pulled this out of a field in Utah. We were living in New Mexico at the time. And so I talked my wife into going on a little road trip.
That is cool. So it's all stock? The push button, everything?
It's basically stock. All the push button stuff all works. I pulled it out of a field that had been sitting there for at least 30 years. I don't know why it got parked, other than it pukes out the front pump like a lot. The trans seal is real bad.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of the same thing. I'm like, one of these days, once it leaks bad enough, I'll just go ahead and do it. But while I'm in there, I'm gonna want to reseal the engine. And while I'm in there, you know, it's one of those things, so.
Yeah, the old rope seal.
She's a beauty.
Yeah, it's basically all stock. It's lowered. It's just on blocks, and then I cut the springs a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I had it nosebleed for a while, and I thought it was pretty cool. It handled nice and light, and so I was like, maybe I'll just leave it nosebleed. And my wife kind of bagged on me about it not being all the way lowered yet. She was like, why is it only half lowered? I thought you were gonna finish. So I lowered it the rest of the day, and then it started riding like crap. So that's my thing in a nutshell. But the door panels and stuff I just threw together. That's my wife, Natalie. She's ultra tolerant. This is Brent and his wife, Esther.
Hi.
Yeah, the carpet, since it's a toy car anyways, the whole interior was just absolutely destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
So I just kind of whipped it together with stuff I could find that was super cheap, or
Yeah, why not?
I'll pump time into it instead of money.
You don't have a lot of the rain and whatever we get.
Yeah, it's a little bit less waterproof than I would have liked, because all the seals are the same old deal. But like carpet, I just went to a carpet store and I was like, what's the weirdest piece of carpet you're never gonna sell again that you're gonna give me on a good deal? And so this carpet was out of like a movie theater, and they had a remnant kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It's just a toy car. But let me pop the hood real quick. The 58 had some interesting stuff that the 59s and 60s didn't. Because they were trying really hard to make it its own thing, so they did like
Goes that way.
the piano hinge style.
Come around here.
And yeah, it was all stock. I never even filed the points. It sat
really?
in that field the whole time, and it just lit up.
Oh, that's lucky.
So yeah,
That's always a win.
I saw the motor move, and it was one of those things where the guy's like, the tires all hold air, it'll roll up on your trailer, no big deal.
Yeah.
And we got there, and 2 of the wheels were missing tires, and I was like, how long has it been since these held air, bud? He's like, well, last time I was here, and I was like, when was the last time you were here? Yeah. We went to a car show on Sunday.
Okay.
And so when I pulled it in to kind of try and clean it, this is all factory paint I just buffed out good enough.
Yeah.
And I had soldered the brass rad. They all just kind of went from there, whatever.
Usually on the tank.
So I had soldered it and soldered it and soldered it, and I pulled in and finally just puked, and I was like, I don't have time for this. I just JB welded it. So I had to leave my hood closed so people didn't see my terrible hack job.
That's always hard soldering it, unless you can drain everything out of it.
I didn't clean it good enough, and as happens, you go, just real quick while I'm here. I'm just gonna throw this in. So.
She's beautiful.
I really like it. I never liked Edsel's because I always thought they were ugly. And then I started to grow up a little bit.
They're really cool.
Yeah, distinctive, yeah.
I had a friend of mine that had one, he did that, and it was lowered with lakes. And then he took the Edsel out, and then he just had the bullets like in there. Looked pretty cool. Then he had skirts on it.
I really like fender skirts. They're kind of mix and match on whether or not you get like the 59 Ford ones that fit it or whatever. So I figure at some point I'll probably just make my own.
Yeah.
It's a basic enough shape. I'll do it with some cardboard and just whip it together.
Yeah.
And this thing obviously it's a 54-ish F100. I have my best friend that still lives in Utah. He always had this love affair with like a 55 F1 because his dad used to have one way back in the day. And they're so expensive now. You just can't get them that are nice. So I found this in a field over in Arkansas, and it was like $600. It's pretty beat. And so I figured I'd go grab it for him.
It's all there.
Throw it together just with some stuff I had laying around kind of thing. And so I clipped it. It's got like it's out of a 64 Marauder, so the clip is kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
So I keep going back and forth on whether or not I should do a real clip that's better.
That is weird, eh? Volare was like the one everybody liked to use in the day.
Yeah, because they had discs, right? Or
that, and then you had the torsion bar. You could adjust them to lower.
Yeah, you just get.
But you have this
ride height
big
you
bulky
want.
thing hanging out of the front.
And that's what's going to kill me on this. Is it does some really weird placement stuff, but it's all just mix and match, total trash.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw a small block in it, finish lowering it, and then just put it on a trailer and drag it to his house and leave it and say, you figure it out. I'll make it run and drive and then make it his problem.
That's usually the way it works back home.
Yeah.
A lot of folks can tinker. They just can't get the hard stuff done.
Exactly. You want to be able to say, hey, bring your trailer, and then you can drive your car up on the trailer or whatever. That's my sweet spot. I'll make anything run and drive. I just get bored with stuff. I can't finish anything. That's why there's no real interior in that, or no headliner.
It's drivable.
Exactly. Everybody always says, every guy at the gas station goes, when are you going to finish it? Or that's going to be nice when you finish it.
You get used to that.
I'm like, I drove it here. It's done, dude. That's
How much better do you want?
Yeah.
Not everything has to be shiny.
Yeah.
It can only look like that once.
Yeah, it's true. It was this really weird chalky orange color when we pulled it out of the field. It looked like a dying orange. It was just a horrible looking car.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, that's rough. So we worked out a code word in case she thought the car was way too rough. We worked out a code word, like, if you don't like it, just say you don't like the color, and that way it's kind of weird when you're telling people I don't want your junk that's in a field. The guy is standing there like, are you gonna take this or what? So as soon as we got there and she saw it sitting in the field on flats, she just said, ooh, I really like the color of that. Look at, oh, I like this color. That just walked around in circles. And I was like, well, let's load it on the trailer.
That's awesome.
And then, yeah,
that's cool. I'm sure it rides nice.
It's a cool car. It used to. Yeah. It does not ride as nice as it used to, but.
Awesome.
So I have never done a chassis swap or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's like an 03 F-150 that I got wrecked off of a guy. Somebody had probably had too many drinks and rolled it on a dirt road kind of thing. I only know that because there were beer bottles everywhere in it when I picked it up.
Did you have to shorten it or anything?
I did. I had to shorten about 18 inches out of the frame.
Okay.
And so I just tab and slot, like, knocked off a big section of it. And then just did like a little fish plate. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Just with some stuff I had laying around. So I'm working on body mounts right now just to get it pretty close.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to be very picky with it because this car
they're nice.
Came out of a field in New Mexico, and the guy was selling like 30 or 40 cars for essentially scrap price.
You have much nicer stuff to work with than we go.
Oh, the New Mexico stuff is actually surprisingly good. Like, there wasn't that much rust. The trunk was smoked, and then the weird little sections of the floor pan would be. Like, it had weird little pockets for your feet to go in when you'd sit in the back, and those were just rotten out.
Oh, really, eh? I guess just from water sitting.
Yeah, it's all the soft goods were
Ours
destroyed.
are like inner rockers, outer rockers.
The rockers on these,
they're nice.
It was really good, and I felt kind of bad when I started cutting it up because I'm like, this is a nice Survivor, it's 64, it's a Mercury Marauder, so it's got its own little special whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just a $300 car.
Yeah.
And so I don't care if I cut it up and have to weld the trim on it.
Somebody else will.
Yeah. So that's my grand plan for this.
But anyways, I think this is where we'll end our little tour here.
We're gonna continue on to Dallas.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug your Instagram or?
Oh, not even a little bit.
No.
Just some guy in a garage. That's all I'm doing. Thanks.
Right on. Anyways, we're gonna jet.
Yeah.
Right on.
Look for a car wash.
Yes.
That was first fuel stop of the day after we did our unscheduled stop there. Well, scheduled, unscheduled.
Last minute stop to look at cool stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, we're about 100 miles from Dallas, I guess.
Yep, 100 miles.
Gonna grab a bite to eat and then hammer down.
Johnson City, Texas. found a wand car wash. We've been looking for quite a while. Just washing up the car. We're in Texas now, and I think our next stop is going to be somewhere in Dallas.
Well, it took us till Dallas to find a wand car wash.
No, Denton. We're in Denton.
Oh, Denton?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're half an hour from Dallas.
I don't like doing the auto washes because we'll end up getting rained on more than the car gets clean.
Spraying the car and we'll get wet. I didn't bring towel.
Anyways, we're good to go if we can get out of the parking lot.
Next stop, Dallas, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see how much noise we make trying to get out of here.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna screw.
This is gonna happen.
Oh, I'm gonna cringe.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
That was mild.
All right, we made it to our room. Just editing some video right now.
We are in Johnson City, Texas. Finally.
And then we're going to be doing something.
There's some pre-show meetup at Pedernals Trading tomorrow in Johnson, or outside of Johnson City. That's where we'll be tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, that's the plan. We'll hang out there for a little while.
Yep.
And then I think we're hammering over to Austin.
We've got a hotel room there, so we'll check into that tomorrow, and then
Okay. And then I'm not sure what we're doing from there. If we'll make the pre-party or something there, we don't know.
We don't know.
We're kind of just winging it tomorrow.
Flying by the seat of our pants.
That's been most of the trip. But
that's our life.
hopefully, folks like the little garage tour we did at the beginning there.
That was fun.
And we're gonna have some added. Some actual behind the scenes stuff now from
back to our regular programming.
Well, there's some of that. We're gonna tag that onto the end after the video.
Yeah.
We it'll be a little bit with the hood that we were messing with. You'll see a lot of that with the Buick in there, so don't be weirded out that that's happening. We were just kind of just pushing to get a whole bunch of content out for you folks there when we went on holidays here. So yeah, that's the deal. Anyways, we will continue on to the actual behind the scenes here.
What are we doing today?
I straightened my fender, straightened my grill.
Oh, look at this.
And now my hood got shorted.
Wait, what?
I don't know if everything was all twisted, the beams there.
Hi, Pablo.
I added 2 inches to my grill, and I only have to add 4 inches to my hood now, or
Pablo's...
I think I only had to add 3 before.
Hi, buddy.
I'm not sure what happened.
Is your measuring tape wrong?
Yeah, clearly I did something wrong. I just realized now I widened my hood, which I gotta get this straight. You actually see where my hood sits, see how this goes down. How it hits the peak?
Yeah.
I added length to it. I don't have this straight yet. I guess
Come around this side. Pablo. That's not long enough. Well, that's a weird problem to have right now.
Yeah.
Pablo, how could you let that happen? Hey, you're supposed to be supervising.
What does these doing it? Right? You supervise for snacks and trips to the house.
Snacks, pets, trips to the house.
And then, so my hood goes on. You know, it dips down.
Yep, sure do.
Kind of looked like that when I was doing it, sort of, but here's my dilemma. It gets worse.
Oh no.
It's not too bad. I'm gonna break this weld that I did, and then I guess
Okay.
I was trying to reuse this piece,
Yes.
but I guess it's got to get bigger as I extend the hood out. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if I'll add an inch. It's like where I had the hood on there. It's like I gotta add about 2 inches to either side of the hood.
Right.
I might try to do well. I thought like the wheel's pretty good in the opening. I thought maybe I could push it back a little bit. But the only problem I run into with that is as Pete comes back and I can only open my door so much. So as it is, I can only have my door open like yay.
Oh, good grief.
So if I
Look
go
at
back-
that. It binds right there.
Well, I could.
Yeah.
But for every inch I go back, the door can't open. So I think I'm stuffed. I think I gotta just extend stuff.
Wow. Was not expecting that today.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Those happen. This
Yep.
is a lesson learned.
That is weird.
Well, it makes sense. I was
guess
trying
so.
not to make this piece, but I guess I have to. See, I was reusing it.
Yep.
Yeah, not anymore.
Moving on.
Now I'm making one. Oh well. Oh well, could have been worse.
Had to rethink that, hey?
No, it just became more work. That's
It
all.
just became more work. Wow.
Well, pretty a lot of work, right?
Here he comes.
Can I help me? No. Not so much, eh?
He doesn't feel like going outside and playing in the snow.
No, it's not his favorite thing to do.
No.
Well, anything that doesn't involve the couch is not his favorite thing to do.
Well, that's true.
So yeah, I guess I'm back to cutting this all apart.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, whatever. It could be worse. I could have fully welded it and stuff.
At least you just tacked it.
The hood part kind of weird, but this was really banged up. So I'm thinking something on there was twisted.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Whatever.
Yeah.
You need bolting fenders on and everything else.
One thing I know is that you will figure it out. Yeah.
Gotta be right. I don't know.
Gotta rework it, Pablo.
Hey, Pop. I'll
Jeez.
figure it out, right?
Heck yeah.
Well, we're back at Kyle's. Brought him some paint, some more primer. It's been a whole lot of sanding, I imagine. A whole lot. This is looking a lot prettier than it did. Now we're going to have to put effort into actually trying to straighten the bumpers on it. The rest of it's going to look so nice.
Yeah, I think it's pretty straight. There's a couple spots that aren't perfect.
Yeah, that's a driver.
Yeah, not really easy.
No, I'm not worried about it. Awesome. Anyways, folks, there's a little update before we take off on a road trip. A bit of paint, maybe we'll blast some jams or something. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to bring it down to the shop yet or not. I'm going to let Kyle decide that. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, there's a little update for you folks.